y'all doing?
Good, Davison. How are you?
I'm good.
You've obviously played the field a lot this year with Denzel playing the boundary. If you needed to play more in the boundary, how comfortable do you feel in that spot?
Actually, we've been playing right and left corner, so I've played the boundary in the field.
So you feel equally comfortable, whatever your role is?
Yeah.
What, just this secondary halfway through the year, I mean, how good do you feel about the way you guys have performed so far this season?
I think I feel good about it, but I feel like there's room to improve and grow.
Just your attitude out there, man. It seems like you bring kind of an attitude to this defense. Kind of describe your game out there and your attitude out there, Davison.
My game, my attitude. I would say like I'm tough, hard nosed. I'm gonna put hands on you and just be physical.
You saw Jermaine step in there and play a good amount last week. How have you seen him grow in his first year here?
I mean, I've seen Jermaine grow tremendously since he got here. I mean, he came in with so much talent, but he's only gotten better.
Go ahead.
With Jordan, we've seen him play more and more through the weeks. How do you see him kind of balance that, playing nickel and then still being able to slide outside?
Jordan's a smart football player, so like he balances it well, I would say.
I shouldn't have asked you two questions at once. Emotionally, what do you bring to this defense? It seems like there's this. We know physically what you bring. Like emotionally, what do you bring? It seems like it's like a good emotional thing you bring to this defense. How would you describe it?
I would say that like I get the boys going, kind of thing, you know.
And that's got to be hard. I mean, you're a sophomore transfer. You're the first year here, yet you're out there getting the boys going.
I mean, that's just how I play football. Like that's just me.
This game this week, is this the kind of game you came to Ohio State to play in?
Exactly. I came to Ohio State to play in the big game, so I'm excited for this one. I can't lie.
What is just, what does it feel like knowing that, you're here your first year and you're going to play a big role against a team like Penn State?
I mean, it feels, if I'm being completely honest, it feels normal. Like this is like another game, so I'm not thinking about it any differently.
When you look at Drew Aller, what does he do well at quarterback? Obviously, no interceptions, doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah.
What do you see on film?
So I would say that he does a good job of keeping the ball in his hands and not turning the ball over.
How is he able to do that so well, do you think?
Just making good choices with the football, not throwing like contested throws.
We've seen this year that they're the least explosive team when you look at plays of 20 yards or more, but you have to always be ready for those. How do you balance what they like to do on offense, which is average 5 yards per pop, but also know that they might go to that explosive that they haven't shown you yet this year?
I would say like just not falling asleep out there on the island, like just staying awake and just being on 10 toes the whole game.
How hard is that to do, to stay alert every single play? You don't know when it's going to come.
Me personally, it's not hard for me because if they run the football, I'm still going to go try to tackle. So I'm on point the entire game.
The cornerback room seems pretty strong this year with yourself, Denzel, Jordan, and the rest of you. Just how would you describe the corner room?
I would say is BIA the best in America.
Tyleik Williams has 4 passes broken up this season. He's not part of BIA,
But he's BIA though.
is he?
Honorary.
Does he know that?
Yeah, he know that.
Davison, what stands out about
Jermaine has so much talent. He has so much, like, he's a guy. I would say that.
I know Denzel Burke said, when you see him get in the game, it's all that you've seen on the practice field. He keeps doing this in the facility, behind closed doors. I guess what stands out to you in practice that he does to stand out?
I mean, he just makes plays at practice. He touches the football, like, he just does the right thing. He's always around the football, I would say.
Yeah, you were a freshman last year. Like, what's it like to get time as a true freshman? And what was that, like for you to go through that as your first year?
I feel like playing as a true freshman just gives you like so much confidence. Just like I feel like as a freshman, most freshmen don't get a chance to play. So I feel like it just gives you so much confidence.
Davison, when you came out in the Indiana game and you had that close call, late hit penalty that was thankfully called back, right?
Yeah.
Does something like that kind of stick in the back of your mind as you go through other games or even the rest of that game? Or are you approaching every single play with your aggressive attitude and style?
I'm approaching every play with my aggressive attitude, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm not going to let calls affect me. I'm just going to play my style of football.
Are you
Seems like-
aggressive with everything?
What do you mean by that?
Like driving class, like, you know, like are you just an aggressive person or is it just on the field? Yeah.
Nah, just on the football field. I can't live my life as an aggressive person. Just on the football field.
So you don't get out of your car if somebody like cuts
No.
you off and
Of course
try and
not.
go, you know, knock them down.
Of course not.
Davison, I'm sorry if you already answered this, but we've seen you play so well on the field side this year. Are you just as comfortable on the boundary when you're put in
Yeah.
those situations?
So the boundary in the field. So we don't play boundary in field corner. It's left and right corner. So I've played in the boundary this year. So it's not like that.
Are you as comfortable, like, do you have a favorite side, or are you as comfortable on either
Me
side?
personally, I like the boundary. The ball gets thrown in the boundary a lot more. So I like being in the boundary.
Okay.
Davison, how much do games like this matter to high school recruits? Like, I don't know if you remember your recruitment and showing up for a big-time game like this. This is a big recruiting weekend for you guys. Like, how much does that impact how kids look at things, and how much kind of big game atmospheres impact you?
I'm sure it has a big impact on recruiting. Like, it's a big time game. I'm sure Ohio State and Penn State kind of try to go after the same kids, so that it has a big impact.
Davison, maybe you were already asked this. If you were, I apologize. But where would you rate yourself so far this season? Has it gone according to plan? And where are some things maybe you feel you've done really well at, and other things maybe you could still work on a little bit?
If I'm being completely honest, I'm always critical of myself, so I don't feel like I can always do better, kind of thing.
Anything specific?
Specifically, I would say like playing a football a little better, getting my head turned around. I would say that specifically.
When you say getting your head turned around, like you mean like looking for the ball when it's in the air, kind
Not,
of thing? Or?
I'm saying like not just PBUs, like picks.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. So you want to get more picks this year?
definitely.
Okay.
Well, with that, Drew Allard hasn't thrown a pick yet all season of his college career. Do you play differently when you play a quarterback who is so good at protecting the football and not giving it away? Like, does your play style change when you face a quarterback like that?
Not for real. Not at all, actually.
What stands out about their quarterback?
He doesn't turn the ball over.
Main thing does, what jumps out on tape?
It feels like they take a lot of short stuff. Like his depth of target is not real deep. When you face a team that maybe is going to emphasize a shorter passing attack like that, I don't know. Do you try to get up on them even more, or what do you do?
Gotta try to jump routes.
Yeah.
They like a lot of curls, a lot of outs, a lot of digs. Gotta jump routes and be aggressive
Okay.
with the point of attack.
When it comes to that, I mean, your coaches have been talking about you guys since the spring getting your hands on balls. How do you think you guys are as a quarterback group when it comes to maybe jumping routes in that situation?
I think we're good as a cornerback group. Like, we touch the football at practice, so it translates into the game.
Are you the type of player that would bait a quarterback, maybe sag a little off on an out route if you know it's coming and then try to jump it?
Exactly. I am.
Davison, really just focused on this game. Next year, in 12 teams can lose once. This year, lose once, you put yourself in the so this is really pretty close to a must-win. Do you kind of appreciate that, knowing that so much is at stake this week and level and playing the game?
I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, at Ohio State, every single game is a must-win.
Is it fun playing in these kind of games?
It is.
But man, if we lose, our dreams could be gone. That adds to stakes.
I mean, I want to say, like, it's fun to know. Like, I don't even think about that aspect, to be honest with you. I think about just being. I think about us beating every single team that we play. So I don't think about losing.
Yeah, thank you, Davison.